Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today's story takes us deep into the controversial intersection of royalty, politics, and scandal. We're unpacking explosive new claims involving Prince Andrew, U.S. President Donald Trump, and their disturbing ties to Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. These allegations are part of a new biography that's already shaking up headlines across the globe, and it's raising serious questions about the private behaviors of some of the world's most high-profile figures. Let's get into it. The claims come from entitled The Rise and Fall of the House of York, a new investigative biography by renowned royal historian Andrew Lowney. The book dives deep into Prince Andrew's life, exploring his controversial relationships, personal downfall, and strained family dynamics. One of the most shocking revelations involves a 2000 encounter between Prince Andrew and Donald Trump. According to Lowney's reporting, the two men were overheard engaging in what has been described as a crude and explicit conversation about women, with the term P*******y reportedly used repeatedly. This happened shortly after they'd been introduced by mutual acquaintances Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein. Lowney claims that following their inappropriate exchange, Trump even handed Prince Andrew a list of masseuses. The implication here is deeply troubling, especially in light of what we now know about Epstein's operations and the culture of exploitation surrounding him. To be clear, these are allegations, but they paint a disturbing picture of how close these men may have been and what kind of conversations took place behind closed doors. Now, this isn't just a tabloid headline. It's part of a serious body of research that traces Prince Andrew's connections with Epstein and Maxwell. Epstein, the disgraced financier and convicted sex offender, is at the center of a sprawling scandal that implicated a number of powerful men. Lowney's book is just the latest to examine how deep those ties may have gone. In one passage, Lowney quotes Epstein himself as saying Prince Andrew was more obsessed with women than me. That's an extraordinary statement, considering Epstein's well-documented history of abuse and manipulation. It suggests that Andrew's behavior wasn't just inappropriate, it may have been excessive, even among that infamous circle. And it gets more personal. Lowney alleges that in 2013, tensions boiled over between Prince Andrew and his nephew, Prince Harry. The book claims that Andrew made a cutting remark behind Harry's back, one that was overheard and relayed to him. When confronted, Andrew allegedly refused to repeat it to Harry's face. That's when things turned physical. According to Lowney, Harry called Andrew a coward, punches were thrown, and Harry got the upper hand, leaving his uncle with a bloody nose. It's a dramatic moment that, if true, speaks volumes about the dysfunction within the royal family. But Prince Harry is pushing back. Through a spokesperson, he issued a strong denial to the Daily Beast, saying, "I can confirm Prince Harry and Prince Andrew have never had a physical fight, nor did Prince Andrew ever make those comments about the Duchess of Sussex to Prince Harry." The book also claims that Andrew repeatedly criticized Harry's relationship with Meghan Markle. He's said to have called Harry bonkers for not looking deeper into Meghan's past and allegedly warned that marrying her would be the biggest mistake of Harry's life. According to Lowney, Andrew saw Meghan as an opportunist, a view that he was reportedly vocal about within the family. Again, these are highly sensitive claims that Harry's camp has completely denied, but it adds another layer to the already complex and often tense dynamics within the House of Windsor. Moving back to Andrew's ties with Epstein, Lowney details how the prince used Epstein's driver, Ivan Novikov, during visits to New York. Novikov told Lowney that Andrew frequently requested rides for young women he described as essentially prostitutes. In one particularly disturbing incident, Novikov claims he drove Andrew and two young women, both around 18, to a hotel. He said the girls were doing cocaine in the car and that Andrew was seen making out with one of them. These are serious allegations. They raise questions not just about Andrew's judgment, but about potential criminal exposure and why more hasn't been done to fully investigate the claims. The book also portrays Andrew as a man spiraling during this time. Friends said he had started dressing far younger than his age, jeans, blazers, designer sunglasses, and was increasingly reliant on Ghislaine Maxwell's influence. According to a friend of Sarah Ferguson, Andrew was too naive to realize he was being manipulated. What's perhaps most alarming is Lowney's claim that intelligence agencies, including Russian operatives, may have compromat, that is, compromising material, on Andrew. In espionage circles, this is a serious concern. The fear is that Andrew's connections to Epstein could have left him vulnerable to blackmail or coercion by foreign entities. If true, this could have implications far beyond the royal family, extending into matters of national security. Despite these disturbing details, the Daily Mail has continued to serialize the book, publishing excerpts over the weekend and promising more revelations to come. One notable event highlighted in the book is a Halloween party hosted by supermodel Heidi Klum in 2000, where both Trump and Andrew were in attendance. Trump reportedly described Andrew as a lot of fun to be with, reinforcing the idea that they were on friendly terms during this period. Shortly after, the now infamous conversation allegedly took place where Trump and Andrew were overheard discussing women in explicit terms, with Trump producing that controversial list of masseuses. What's clear is that this book isn't just dredging up old gossip. It's drawing a straight line between Andrew's social circles, his private behavior, and the broader network of influence and exploitation that surrounded Epstein and Maxwell. As of now, neither Prince Andrew nor Donald Trump has publicly responded to these specific claims. The White House has been contacted for comment. Prince Andrew, who stepped back from public duties following his disastrous BBC interview in 2019, no longer has formal press representation. However, a media advisor still in contact with him has also been approached. It remains to be seen whether legal or political consequences will follow, but public pressure continues to mount for transparency and accountability, especially where Epstein's network is concerned. So what's your take? Do you believe these claims? Should there be further investigation into Prince Andrew's connections and behavior? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you found this report informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more deep dives into the stories that matter. Thanks for watching. Stay informed, and I'll see you in the next one.